Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Radha Raman Dev, and also Srila Madhavendra Puri Pal. So it's very nice to be here. The Bhandari family has organized this Radha Raman Day appearance day. We are very thankful that you have done this. I'm sure it will give your Guru, our Acharyas, and Radha Raman Dev and Girirajji a lot of pleasure. So thank you for organizing this. And without further delay, let us start first with the auspicious Lord Narsingha Dev, the protector of the devotees. So it is said that everybody has all these qualities, the good qualities and the so-called bad qualities in the material world. But everything emanates from Krishna. Everything emanates from Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam and the Vedanta Sutra, they declare Janmadi Yasya. The very first three words of Srimad Bhagavatam. Janam means the creation. Not only the creation as in the creation of the material world, but the creation of everything. Including the spiritual world, the material world, and everything that exists is all emanating from Krishna. So, one of the qualities is greed. What is it? Greed. Now, greed is a very bad thing if you look at it from the material angle. But our acharyas say that how can you obtain pure bhakti? How can you obtain pure bhakti? Just like when we go to the market, we pay a price. If I have to buy a harmonium, I pay the price and it's mine. If I have to go to India or travel somewhere, I purchase a ticket. So everything has a value or a payment. So what is the payment for pure bhakti? So payment for pure bhakti is lolyam. Lolyam means greed. And the same greed that is there in this material world is actually emanating from the spiritual sky. But the difference between the greed here and greed there is this greed that we use for our material benefit is for our sense gratification, which will keep us again and again in this material world. Puna puna jananam, puna puna maranam, janani jatare shayanam. Sri Shankaracharya Pad is saying that again, this material world will keep us again being reborn, and will be coming again in the womb of different mothers and again dying according to our karma. But there is a certain greed, that same greed can be applied towards, it can become transcendental, divya, when we have that greed. And only greed can purchase pure bhakti, that is the price. Rupa Goswami mentions that. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur, our Gaudiya line acharyas, they explain that. Ekam mulyam, the only price, is lolyam. Lolyam means greed. So this greed is not only for the devotees, but that greed also arises in the Supreme Lord. Very important to understand this. The greed arises in the Supreme Lord also, because He has it, we have it. Because we are, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamayamsha Jiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. The Jivas are his parts and parcels. They are his energy, separated energies. And the part and parcels have the same qualities as the whole. For example, this is a woolen shawl. And if I take a small thread from it, what is the quality of this little thread? Is it cotton? It's wool. It has to be wool because this is a woolen shawl. Similarly, we are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And all the qualities that Krishna has, we also have them, but we have them in a very minute quantity. So Krishna also develops this greed. He develops this greed. There are different rasas or mellows. So, What are the different mellows? As an example, that there is the mellow of Shantras, neutral relationship, the mellow of Dasyaras, or the relationship of between a master and a servant, the mellow of Sakyaras, of friendship, the mellow of Vatsalyaras, of parenthood, and the mellow of Madhuryaras, which is the love between a lover and a beloved, conjugal love. So, and not only that, these are just some of the rasas, but there is Hasya ras, laughing, and then there is so many rasas. Humor is one of the rasas. One of the rasas is Virya ras. What is it called? Virya. So this Virya ras means the mellow of chivalry, the spirit of fighting. So we also fight, sometimes with each other, with family members, etc. Where does that spirit come from? We are all parts and parcels of Krishna. But we have that, it comes, but our fighting is for our own sense gratification. So Krishna in Vaikuntha, Narayana, desired to fight. But nobody wanted to fight with Narayana because he is the Supreme Lord. So who will fight with the master? Thinking that they will offend the master. Vaikuntha Rasa is like a majority is Dasya Ras. And a servant is always very humble. He will never raise his even voice against the master. What to talk about fighting? Right? So, if Krishna or Narayana if he has that desire to fight, how will he fulfill that desire? So, in order to fulfill that desire, he arranged for a very special Leela. His gatekeepers in Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay, through the Kumaras, they were cursed. And they had to take birth as 3 different avatars. So the first avatar was Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, the 2 brothers, Jai and Vijay, got that. And then in the next, and this was in one of the Satya Yugas. And then in the Treta Yuga, these both Jai and Vijay came as Ravan and Kumkarna. And then in the Dwapar Yuga, they came as Shishupal and Dantavakra. So all these Leela was because Krishna desired to fight. And he needed an adversary. So Krishna killed Hiranyaksha in the form of a boar, Sukur. Keshavadrita Sukura Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. And then, as the 4th avatar, he came as Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. Narahari means half man, half lion. So, Lord Narsingha Dev or Krishna desired to fight. And he had a reason. And of course, whenever he comes with multifarious reasons, not just for one reason. He also comes, especially in this case, he came to protect his devotee, Prahlad. And he came as a very special avatar, unheard of, never ever even thought of. So as it goes, it is said that Hiranyakashipu became extremely powerful. He had actually committed to himself to great heavy austerities, tapasya. And he had done so much tapasya that he stopped eating food, he stopped even taking air. At one point he even, got so emacipated that his bones started showing and he sat on the Mandarachal mountain and then the ants covered his body. And then he still held his pran. That is the yogi. Some of these demons had very great yogic powers. And he still had his pran. His pran had not gone out. And Lord Brahma, the creator, he appeared and says, okay, tell me, stop, what do you want? So he said, Brahma, I want to become immortal. I want to become immortal. So Lord Brahma said, that's not possible. Because I am immortal also. Although I live in the highest Swargaloka, known as the Brahmalok or Satyalok, my lifespan is trillions of years of human earthly years. But at the end, I also die. Krishna says that's the quality of the material world. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Birth, death, old age and disease. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. One should see the defects in these four. Then and only then, we will be able to try to find a solution. So Brahma says that's not possible. So, being a demon, demoniac intelligence is like this, that somehow the others circumvent. So he said, okay, Brahmaji, no problem. Give me the benediction that I will never die by any human being. Brahmaji said, Tathastu. I will not die by any animal. Tathastu. I will not die inside my palace. Tathastu. Outside my palace. Tathastu. I will not die in the sky. Tathastu. I will not die by any other entity like a Rakshasa, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Apsara, so many different varieties of Devi Devtas and human forms. Tathastu. I will not die with any living object or any dead object. Tathastu. I will not die in water. Tathastu. I will not die in land. Tathastu. Like that he goes, I will not die in the day. Tathastu. I will not die at night. Tathastu. And he covered all the bases like that. Brahma giving that benediction, giving that Ashirvad. So then, as soon as Brahma said Tathastu, he became so obnoxious and he got all this power that he created havoc in this Tribhuvan, these three sections of the material world. What is Tribhuvan? In the middle, that is where we are, which is called Prithvi, Earth, earthly planets. And then there are 6 heavenly planets and 7 hellish planets. So 7 and 6 is 13 plus 1 in the middle, 14. It is also known as Chauda Bhuvan. This comprises one Brahman, and then like that there are millions and millions of Brahmans in Krishna's material creation, which only comprises 25% of his creation. 75% is spiritual or Vaikuntha Loka. Can you believe that we are just minorities? And we are just a small speck. Now, even within that, we all have this tendency of Hiranyakashipu. We want to lord it over. We want control. So as soon as Hiranyakashipu got that, he started misusing his yogic power. And he started harassing all devotees. Anybody who said the name of Hari, anybody who is a devotee. In Sanskrit, devotees are also known as Suras. What? Sura. And the demoniac personalities are known as Asura. Rakshasas, Asura. So the Suras are those personalities who Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam, who follow Dharma, who follow the desire of Krishna. So all the different Devi Devtas who are living in the heavenly planets, they are Suras. And he started bothering them, including he started giving so much trouble that they all left their places and started hiding. Anytime Hiranyakashipu even laughed. And he raised his eyebrows. 7th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. They started shivering. Now what? What is going to happen now? And they would immediately leave their palaces and take into hiding. So like that he became so demoniac. Now it so happened that this great demon, Daitya Raj, Hiranyakashipu, was about to give birth to a son. Kayadu, his wife, was pregnant. And the Devi Devtas, Indra, and all the other demigods, they knew that there is a son being born to this great demon. So they said, Father is such a demoniac personality. What do you think is going to happen if the son is going to born? It will be double the strength. In Hindi we say, Baap sher hai to beta sawa sher. So they were very scared. So Indra along with the demigods, they made a plan that why not kidnap Kayadu, Hiranyakashipu's wife, and then kill her. That way the son will also be killed. Na rahega baas, na bajegi bansuri. Translation. And if there is no bamboo, then there will be no flute. So kill the flute, the bamboo. So there will be no question of a flute. Right? So then when they kidnap, immediately Naradji appeared. And he said, stop please. You're committing a big sin. Number one, you're kidnapping a pregnant woman. That doesn't give you as suras, as Devi Devtas, Shobha nahi deta. It does not suit you. And secondly, you don't have to, they explain, oh, you don't know Naradji, you are Trikaldarshi. Don't you see? She's pregnant with another demon. Naradji said, no worries. He's not a demon, he's a great devotee. I can tell you. So, it is said that how did Prahlad, being a demoniac's father and mother's son in the womb, how could he be a devotee? So, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, it is mentioned that in his last life, Prahlad had a girlfriend. And they were going on a picnic. And they found a secluded place in the jungle. There were ruins, khandir. And what they decided is to have a nice time. So they cleaned up that khandir, this ruins, and then they started setting up their picnic paraphernalia. And then, sometimes as usual, start a fight. So they start a fight. And they fought so much that they did not even talk to each other, and they even did not eat or drink anything. They did not even eat or drink anything until the next day. And guess what happened? Hari Bhakti Vilas says that just because they did that, it happened to be in some Satya Yuga, it was Narsingha Chaturdasi. And those ruins, those khandir, the ruins was actually an old temple of Lord Narsingha Dev. So knowingly or unknowingly, they did some seva. And knowingly or unknowingly, or because of the fight, they did not eat or drink. So they did Nirjala Narsingha Chaturdasi. And that is the reason, the fruit of that is, that personality became the great devotee of Lord Narsingha Dev. This is explained in the Hari Bhakti Vilas written by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So, and then, listening to Naradji, the Suras or the Devi Devtas, they surrendered. Yes, as you say, my dear Naradji. And Naradji said, come my dear Kayadu, my daughter, I will take you to my ashram. And there, Naradji instructs every day. She is listening to Hari Katha from a great pure devotee like Naradji. And that is the reason why in the Vedic Sanskriti or in the Vedic culture, when the woman is pregnant, they do Garbhadhan Sanskar. What is Garbhadhan Sanskar? It is those sanskaras where, nice auspicious activities and shlokas and hymns and sound vibration goes in a year so that the baby, the outcome will be a nice child, a devotee. It is so scientific. So hearing of the holy names, the pregnant woman should always constantly hear the holy names, chant the holy names, hear Hari Katha. And the result will be amazing. Even though born in a demoniac father, what was the result? Because of two things, the seva that he did in his last life, and because the kripa of a Mahabhagavat, like Narad Muni, hearing from the pure source, became a pure devotee. And as soon as he was born, and as soon as he was a young boy, and he was put into school by his father, and he told the teachers, hey, make sure they become good demons. Give them the training of all that vidya, or avidya rather, so that they can become rakshasas and nice rakshasas. And if he doesn't become a nice rakshasa, I will cut your heads off. So two teachers, Sandarbha and Amarka. These two teachers were very scared. And they tried to give all kinds of different demoniac tuition to this Prahlad, but Prahlad was already a devotee, and as a matter of fact, he started preaching to the rest of his classmates about Sri Hari. He started preaching about Krishna to everyone else, and those classmates were impressed, and he was giving wonderful instructions. 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is full of these wonderful instructions of Sri Prahlad Maharaj, which all of us should read and we should try to follow. It is one of the most important instructions for sadhaks. What is a sadhak? There are two kinds of devotees. Sadhak means one who is a practicing devotee as a Vaidhi Bhakti. It is called Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi means according to rules and regulations, we must follow Bhakti. And then once we do that properly, by the mercy of the Guru and Acharyas, the doors to a very special realm will open, known as Rag Bhakti or Ragatmika Bhakti, or the Bhakti of the pure devotees of Vraja. We cannot circumvent that. If somebody thinks that we can circumvent Vaidhi Bhakti and jump straight into imitating the Vrajvasis of Vraj Bhakti, we will fall flat. And that our Acharyas have warned, it is called Sahajya Bhakti. What is it called? Sahaj. In Hindi we say the word Sahaj means very casual. When we take something very lightly. The loving affairs of the Madhurya Ras of Radha and Krishna are not so light. The affairs of Krishna and the gopis is not so light. It is not so easy to understand. We will commit great offenses. That is the reason why Srila Prabhupada has instructed, don't jump into the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, because the 10th canto is the actual, the sweetness of Krishna and the pastimes of Krishna will be understood once we gradually pass through the Vaidhi Bhakti, where the first 9 cantos describe the Vaibhav, the opulence of Krishna, different avatars, etc. And then we are ready. And especially the Pancha Maharas Adhyayas, the 5 rasa of the rasa dance. Then we are ready. Slowly, slowly. Otherwise, we are simply jumping from one unnecessarily without trying to graduate from the proper source. So Prahlad Maharaj's instructions in the Gaudiya Vaishnavism is very important. Especially Hari Bhakti Vilas, that was actually compiled by 2 great personalities, Sanatana Goswami Pad and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. It is said that not only that they compiled it, but it was the heart and instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Kripa that flowed in their hearts. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami was given the opportunity to edit it very nicely. But Sanatana Goswami, being the elder one, he was so kind and so merciful that he actually gave the full, although he had a great contribution, he gave the name as the author of Hari Bhakti Vilas to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And what is Hari Bhakti Vilas? Hari was very important. See, we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we should know. There are so many rituals that we perform. For example, when the child is born, how is the proper Gaudiya Vaishnava principle? How you can do the different sanskaras. When you are ready for Harinam, the Mahamantra that the Guru gives us, how is it supposed to be given? How do you accept the next initiation, which is known as Diksha, the Brahman initiation? How do we give the sannyas? How do we do the Kriya Karam when a sannyasi passes away? How is the Samadhi is done? And so many instructions in Vaidhi Bhakti are given without circumventing, so that we become so pakka that when we enter into Rag Bhakti, it will there will be no hindrances. So Hari Bhakti Vilas is full of such instructions compiled by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Prahlad Maharaj's teachings and such teachings come into play. So Prahlad Maharaj gives wonderful instructions. He told his one of the important, many important, one of the important instructions that I remember is Komaram Acharat Pragya Dharman Bhagavad Iha Durlabham manushya deha tadapi arthadam adhruvam. He says one should take to Krishna consciousness, Bhagavad Bhakti, from Komar age, from the age of 4 and 5 years. Komaram acharat pragyaha, dharman bhagavatiya. We should take to this Krishna consciousness to the Bhagavad Dharma. Why? Because durlabham manushya deha, this human form of life is extremely rare. So somebody can say, okay, it's rare, but it is only temporary. What's the big deal? But Prahlad Maharaj says, tadapi arthadam adhruvam. Although it is adhruva. Adhruva means permanent and adhruva means impermanent. Although the human life is impermanent, you can achieve the highest, which is arthadam. Also Prahlad Maharaj says, na te vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. People don't know in general that your swartha, we use this word swartha, the primary meaning of swartha means, swa means self, the soul, and artha means the topmost destination or goal of the soul is Krishna Bhakti. That is called swa artha. Sometimes we use this, or mostly we use it, I use it as a translation as selfish. When somebody is very greedy, swarthi hai, we say in Hindi, or he wants everything. There's a small cake on the table and he will take 5 pieces and nobody else gets it at the end. Very swarthi person. Some people we see, they will pack a lot of lunch and take it, and there are so many people still standing in line and there is no prasadam. So swarthi, just for me. But in the transcendental self, swartha means, what is my real wellness, which is Krishna. So people don't know. Prahlad Maharaj says, na te vidu. They do not know that the real swartha is Krishna. Na te vidu swartha gatim Vishnu. The ultimate destination is Vishnu or Krishna. Andayata andai upaniyamana. The blind are leading the blind today. So when a blind leads another blind person, what happens? Both are going to fall in the ditch. And that is the situation in Kali Yuga. So many people will come to you and give you different solutions. People will pay for money for mantras, for tantras, for yantras, and so many things, trying to, mitigate their miseries. It's not possible. Krishna Bhakti is the only thing that will save us from all miseries, and it will save us from stopping it from, and permanent miseries will be completely stopped because of Krishna Bhakti. So wonderful instructions Prahlad Maharaj gives. So when that report came to Hiranyakashipu, the Prahlad Maharaj, he actually told his son, my dear son, come here, beta. And he puts him on his lap, like a very nice father, and smells his head with Vatsalya Ras. And says, my dear boy, what have you learned in your school? Please give me a report. So Prahlad Maharaj starts preaching to Hiranyakashipu about Sri Hari. And he says, Hiranyakashipu, don't you know how powerful I am? He says, yes. And he addresses Hiranyakashipu as, oh, best of the demons. He addresses, yes, I know where your power is coming from. The same power that is coming in me is coming, your power is also coming from the same source, from Sri Hari. And to that he got extremely angry. So then he said, go back. And he called Sundararamarka, the teachers, teach him properly, otherwise if they don't, then I'm going to kill you. I really mean it. And then both the teachers are folding hands. Prahlad, please save us, stop preaching about Krishna and learn some demoniac activities that your father wants to. But Prahlad did not relent. That is Prahlad Bhakti. Some of the most important highlights of Prahlad's Bhakti is Nauda Bhakti. We all have heard. What are the 9 processes of devotional service? Shravan, hearing, Kirtan, glorifying. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, remembering always Krishna, Sri Hari. Pada Sevana, always serving the lotus feet of Krishna. Sakyam, becoming a friend of Krishna. Atma Nivedan, surrendering everything to Krishna. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, always offering Danvats, Pranams, obeisances to Krishna. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Pada Sevana, Dasyare, becoming a servant of Krishna. Pujana, offering different upchars, doing puja of Krishna. Sakhi Jana, considering Krishna as the friend, Atma Nivedana, and offering everything that you have. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Manasa Deha Giha Jo Kichu Mor, Arpilu Tuva Pade Nanda Kishore. Manasa, my heart, my mind. Deha, my body. Jo Kichu Mor, whatever I have, I offer it to you, O son of young son of Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Kishore. That is called Atma Nivedana. When we do bhakti, what are we doing? We have some reservations. We give Krishna not even a fraction of the fraction sometimes of what we are even earning. But let's be honest to ourselves. Not only that, okay, money is one thing, but we don't even give enough time or seva for Krishna's service. Forget seva. We don't even give a little time to come to the temple or programs that are being regularly conducted in whatever city we are. We always have some excuse. आज इधर जाना है, आज उधर जाना है, आज इसका बर्थडे है, आज उसका वेडिंग है, आज उसका ऐसा है, आज उसका ऐसा है, आज बारिश है, आज स्नो है, आज ड्राइविंग करने को मन नहीं कर रहा है. You guys understood, right?
Yeah.
No, you did not. Excuses, excuses, excuses galore. We have excuses. We don't even want to give our time. Actually, time is Krishna. Kalo asmi. And if we don't give time, time will take us out. Which is Krishna. It's for our own benefit. Today it's snowing, today it's raining, today it's too sunny, it's very hot.